Nurse! Phone's ringing. Nurse! Hello? Hey. Yeah, I'm in the hospital. Yeah, yeah, I had a blood clot. Yeah, I had 2 blood clots, they said. Uh-huh. Well, just don't give me the celery juice lecture right now. Stop. I can't. I don't want to hear the celery juice lecture right now. No, don't tell me that I should be on that machine and not these machines. These are the machines I need right now. I'm on multiple machines right here. I don't want a juice. I don't want to be on a juicing machine. I'm on the machines I need. These are all the machines I need. I'm on all the machines I have here. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm not going to start juicing. Celery, I don't like it. It tastes terrible. It's awful. Yeah. No. All right, I got to go. I'm just too sick. I'm going to rest. Okay, thank you. I got to take my medication. All right. Look, we can be on the machines or we could be on the machine, right? You know, it's funny. I've seen this over and over again. We're live right now on Instagram. We're live on TikTok. We're live on Telegram. But, you know, I've seen it all through the years. I can't tell you how many times I was on the phone with families, and they're like, AW, I can't get my aunt. I can't get my grandmother. I can't get my mother. I can't get my father. I can't get my son to drink celery juice. I brought celery juice into the hospital. They don't want to drink it. Can't tell you how many times I've heard that. So many times, day in and day out in the office, on the phone, all the way till midnight, all through the night, many times with different people. And that's what it was like for years. Couldn't get people to drink it. They'd be on all these other medical machines in the hospital or medical machines at home, right? But no, don't juice the celery. Don't do this. And, you know, I tell people, you can be on this medical device or any juicer, okay? I know there's a sale running right now for the MM900 HDS. It's $50 off. They give you a celery juice book, right? It's the best juicer on the market because it saves you money, and juicers don't save you money, right? When you juice, juicers cost you money when you juice. They don't save you money. This juicer does, right? Anyway, point is that I've seen it over and over again, and it's either we can be on all the medical devices, we can get all our blood clots, we can have all our heart attacks and strokes, we can get our cancer, we can get all of our different things, we can get sick down the road and have all our diseases and conditions, or we can try to beat it out and be on this medical device earlier in life, right? And not have to be on those medical devices. And that's what would be best. But I've seen it over and over again and heard about it too, right? Well, did your mom do the celery juice? Is she doing it yet? Did your dad do the celery juice coming out of the hospital at least? Can he start the celery juice? And, you know, in it's hard for people to imagine that celery juice has that kind of power. It's hard for anybody to realize that celery juice has that kind of strength, right? But it does. It does. And it's not the only medical medium tool, the celery juice, right? Medical medium tools, you guys know, there's so many others. There's thousands of protocols you can customize, right? That's what's amazing. It's not a one-size-fits-all medical medium information. It's not one-size-fits-all. There's so many combinations to get people better, and that's why it holds the largest healing rate for chronic illness in the world is medical medium information. Good to see you guys. I'm glad you're on. We're live on TikTok, live on Telegram, live on IG, We're talking about celery juice right now. It restores our brain. It restores our brain cells. Important to know. Everybody's burnt out, or burnt the hell out, or getting burnt out is what's happening. Yeah, it's omegajuicers.com. Thanks, Marissa, for telling people. It's the Omega MM900 HDS. This is it right here. It's $50 off. You get a celery juice, a book, and 2 glass bottles with it. It's an incredible deal. It saves people money. The cost of food is going up. That's what I'm hearing every day. I'm hearing, oh my God, the cost of food's going up. The cost of food's going up. And that's what I'm hearing. And it's like, okay, well, then you need a juicer that actually saves you money. That's the key right there to at least help leverage some of that. Good to see you guys. I'm glad you guys are coming on. So everybody's addicted. Everybody's addicted to the wrong things. We're addicted to the caffeine. We're addicted to the coffee, the matcha tea. We're addicted to green tea. We're addicted to chocolate, right? And then we're addicted to amphetamines. Amphetamines. What a huge business that is. Man, they're prescribing amphetamines to every single child basically now at this point. I mean, any child that has a complaint. Any child that has a complaint, they're prescribing amphetamines, right? So children are on amphetamines. Teenagers are on amphetamines prescribed by their doctors, right? Young adults are on amphetamines. Older adults are on amphetamines. That's a big one right now because our brains are lacking things. They're diminishing. They're shrinking. They're bathing in acid, right? They're bathing in acid. So our brains are missing so many things. Neurotransmitter chemicals burnt out. Our brains are filled with toxic chemicals galore, like never before. Here with Anya, celery juice changed your life. That's a big deal. That's incredible. No more caffeine, coffee. The year and a half, you're free. Amazing. Amphetamines for ADHD. Correct, Alina. And that's what it is. It's for any kind of focus and concentration. If the prescription medications that they're prescribing and handing out for young adults for brain fog is insane. Basically, 80%, 70, 80% in climbing in college universities, they're all on amphetamines. Black market amphetamines if they're not prescribed by their doctors. And that's what's happening right now. But no one talks about it. No one talks about it, right? No one talks about it. And addictions are rampant right now. It's not just food addictions. It's not just food addictions for fast food, greasy food, fried food, restaurant food, right? Street food. It's not just addictions for all of that. It's addictions on health food too. Health food. Yeah, like healthy fats. The healthy fat addiction is insane right now. Nut butters, nuts and seeds, oils, avocado, nut butter, soy, right? Soy milk, all the fats, right? All of that. There's an addiction to that. There's addiction to bad fats too, right? Cheese, eggs, even though they think that's all healthy fat. Cheese, eggs, butter. There's addiction to all that too. You know? So the bottom line is we're up against all these addictions. And then we're on the intermittent fasting addiction because what that is you get addicted to your adrenaline from starving yourself all morning and then running on caffeine. So the intermittent fasting thing is a whole other game. So intermittent fasting, you do intermittent fasting wrong, you just live off of adrenaline, and then you have your big fat meal at the end of the day, which also creates more adrenaline, right? So you're into that addiction too. And I was talking about earlier, bulimia and anorexia, they're on the same addiction as somebody intermittent fasting. Did you know that? Oh no, that's not me. I'm not bulimic. I don't throw my food up. I'm just intermittent fasting. I'm an expert. I Googled intermittent fasting. I heard from my functional medicine doctor how to intermittent fast. So that's not me. I'm not that anorexic person that won't eat. No, I'm not that bulimic person that won't eat. No, that's not me. That can't be me. But it is you in one way. You're running off your adrenaline. Your adrenals are flooding because when you don't put food in and don't have the right glucose and the carbohydrates aren't there, your adrenals have to take the place of that glucose and carbohydrates. And so your adrenals, that's what you're running on. So when you're anorexic and you're not eating, You're running on adrenaline, and then you get high off it. That's why an anorexic person eventually stops eating completely, and then they die without intervention, because they're running off adrenaline. That's why that bulimic person throws up themselves to death, because you're running on adrenaline and you get a higher adrenaline high and higher adrenaline high, and then you got to throw up more. Then you're throwing up 3 times a day. And then 2 months later, 3 months, 6 months later, you're throwing up 4 times a day. And then now you're just throwing up all the time, because when you throw up, your adrenals explode with adrenaline. They just pump out all that adrenaline. But you're on intermittent fasting program, and you're on your caffeine, and you're working out, and you're throwing very little calories in all the way until nighttime. You're doing the same thing. Your adrenals are exploding all day from that caffeine, exploding all day from intermittent fasting, from not eating and getting enough carbohydrates and glucose into your body, to your brain. You're no better on intermittent fasting the wrong way. You're no better than somebody that's the anorexic. Oh, that anorexic person knows nothing about health. I'm an intermittent fasting expert. I'm in the gym. I'm young. I'm strong. I'm intermittent fasting. That person doesn't know anything. That bulimic person, that's not me. That person's beneath me. That bulimic person is so beneath me. That anorexic girl, she's so beneath me. That's not me as a girl. Oh no, that bulimic guy, no, that's not me. But meanwhile, guess what? You guys got something in common. Sure do. Your adrenals are exploding, and you're living off that high. You're living off that high. And that's what you've got in common. Right? And I was saying earlier, when I'm driving down the street, right? Or someone's driving me, because the problem is when I drive, it's not a great thing. Because if there's a lot of traffic and a lot of cars next to me, Spirit of Compassion is going to start telling me what's wrong with everybody next to me. So when I'm at a stoplight, if I know I'm going to be in busier traffic and all that, and I'm at a stoplight, I'm going to have people on the left and right side of me sitting in the cars, and Spirit of Compassion is just going to be downloading and telling me, well, this person's got this person had a heart attack 5 years ago, this person had this person has that, and it's just annoying. It's like having the radio on and a bad song you don't want to hear. So when someone's driving me, which happens, right, I'm looking at old fast food restaurants, and I see all these people lined up. They're lined up around Wendy's. They're lined up around McDonald's. They're lined up around Burger King. They're lined up around Krispy Kreme donuts. They're lined up all around, whatever. And they're lined up. And I don't say, oh, those people are stupid. Oh, those people are dumb. I never say that. Ever. Ever. I never say that. And then when I'm driving down the road and I drive by a health food restaurant or like a burrito place or a health food place, and they got the chairs outside, they got the restaurant outside, or inside and outside, right? And they're all eating healthier food, right? I'm not saying you guys are doing a great job. And all those poor saps lined up at all those fast food restaurants, they're the stupid ones. I don't say that at all. Because I'll tell you why. Both people have something in common. The people in the health food stores are tanking oils, canola oil, olive oil, nut butters, tahini, in their food while they're eating. They're on all this fat. So they're on an adrenaline fat high. And then the people driving around in the fast food restaurant, and the takeout windows, they're having their chicken sandwiches and the double bacon cheeseburgers, and they're all the food that they're eating, right? And whatever it is, their slices of pizza, whatever it is, hot dogs. They're on an adrenaline fat high. So I don't sit there making fun of either one of them. I don't drive by the health food restaurant saying, you fools, you guys are just fattening yourselves to death. And I don't drive by the fast food restaurants and say, you fools, you guys are just fattening yourselves to death. Because I get it, it's a hard world, and we get addicted to stuff. We get addicted. That's the whole point. And the reason why people even see a benefit from intermittent fasting when they do it wrong too, and they see a benefit, is they stop their fats in the morning and afternoon. They're not pounding the bacon, the sausage, the eggs. They're not doing the egg and cheese sandwiches. They're not doing all that. So they're starting to feel better. And then they think they found the Holy Grail. They're in intermittent fasting. They think they found the Holy Grail. But they didn't unless they got celery juice happening. unless unless they're doing it right and they're doing a fat-free morning and fat-free afternoon and they're giving their brain what it needs, because everybody eventually who intermittent fasts, once they got off all that fat, they eventually get in trouble down the road. I see it happening every day. I intermittent fasted for a year now. Oh my God, I can't even get out of bed. What you need, if you're going to do the intermittent fasting game, you got to break that and do the coconut water in the morning. Maybe the detox smoothie, medical medium, heavy metal detox smoothies. Maybe, maybe do some mono eating, maybe do some fruit, maybe do some celery juice, right? So you keep your brain strong, you give it glucose, but you keep the fats out. So it's really addictions, really. You can be on an intermittent fasting addiction. You're sitting there on adrenaline and caffeine all day, running on a high, and then you eat your fat meal at night, and you're running on a high again all night, right? And you end up burning out your adrenals. And you'd be somebody that lined up at the fast food restaurant, lined up at the takeout window, and you're just getting your chicken sandwiches and everything else, and you're doing the same thing. You're running on all this adrenaline too. The intermittent fasting person's no smarter than that person. Yeah, it's medical medium information, by the way. But the intermittent fasting person isn't smarter than the person that's not exercising and sitting at a takeout window. So when I'm driving down the road and I drive by a workout place and I see a whole bunch of people working out, and they're working out in the, in the inside and outside, and they're doing their weights and row machines, and they're picking up car tires and they're moving car tires, I don't say, you guys are way smarter than those people who aren't exercising, who aren't working out, that are by the takeout windows down there. You guys are so much smarter. I don't say that. I say, I bet you guys are doing a whole bunch of crap wrong too. Because I know you are. That's why so many people just drop dead. Anyway, 40, they worked out, they ate right, and they just dropped dead. Blood clot, drop dead. Drop dead. They're running on caffeine too. They all got something in common. They're doing things wrong and running on caffeine and running on adrenaline, and they all drop dead down the road. And that's what happens. So, and I never shame anybody. I'm not like, hey, you dummy. I'm in the car, and I don't say to the people, they're working out and they're on intermittent fasting and they're working out and they're on a whole bunch of caffeine and a whole bit and they're running on adrenaline and they think they got it all down. I don't say, you guys are dummies. No. I don't go down past the fast food restaurant and see everybody in line at Wendy's and Burger King and McDonald's say, you guys are dummies. No. And I don't drive by the health food stores watching everybody tank all that fat, all that greasy plant-based food and greasy vegetarian food and say, you guys are dummies. No, I don't do that either. Everybody's addicted to something. They're addicted to adrenaline somewhere, somehow. That's what they're doing. And so I don't pick on anybody. I just call it like it is. So we're juicing right now. This is the MM900 HDS. If you guys don't have the juicer, check it out at megajuicers.com, right? $50 off right now. It's a awesome juicer. What I like about it is food prices are going up for everybody, for anything. If you're a carnivore person and you're going to the store to buy meat every day, meat's going up. If you're somebody that only eats beans, beans are going up. So it's not like, oh, I'm going to stop eating a fruit or vegetable because food prices are going up. Okay, go ahead. Stop eating fruits and vegetables, fine. You'll just have to eat more meat. Anyway, so that's what I love about the juicer, is because it really squeezes that juice out. So I'm buying less of whatever I run through the juicer. And so talking about celery juice and what it does, why it's so important. If somebody waiting in line at that fast food restaurant, Burger King, Wendy's, McDonald's, wherever they are, right? Someone waiting in line there is juicing celery, I'm going to be like, wow. If I drive by the health food store and people are out there and they're eating whatever they're eating and they're drinking celery juice, I'm going to be like, wow. Right? Someone's working out when they're drinking celery juice, I'm gonna be like, wow. They do know something. They do know something. Regardless of what they're doing or not doing. So this is you can get the juicer at omegajuicers.com. That's where it is. This is the MM900 HDS. I saw somebody ask. It's omegajuicers.com. This is a different juicer than their other juicers. There's similarities to some of the juicers, so just know it's the MM900 HDS. That's the one that juices the celery. It's quiet, doesn't make a lot of noise. Robbie says, you are absolutely amazing. I am following your books and I am healing from MS. Just a miracle. A lot of people healed their multiple sclerosis with medical medium information. It's countless at this point, going all the way back since I started helping people when I was younger. It's countless to how many people have reversed multiple sclerosis and got their lives back. It should be in Time magazine. Thousands of people reversed their multiple sclerosis using medical medium information. That should be in Time. But you know it's not going to be. Of course not. It should be all over the news. Multiple sclerosis gone in how many people throughout the years? That should be like news flash. But you know why it's not? It's because there's some dark, evil people in the world that want to make sure everybody stays sick. That's the game. That's the end game, really. That's what they want. You guys know what I'm talking about. They want everybody sick. They want everybody in trouble with their health. They want everybody relying on medications, right? Exactly. So, all of that. Health with Liz, good to see you. It blows my mind to think about how long you've actually been helping and telling people the truth, yet nothing on the media. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. It's so true. It's so true. People's lives turned around by celery juice, getting their lives back. Children getting their lives back with celery juice. I mean, focus and concentration, ADHD, autism. Right? But guess what you will find about medical medium? Tons of smack. Tons and tons of smack talk. He's a bad person. He's this. He's that. He's an alien from another planet. He's a murderer. He's a scam. He's a sham. He's a snake oil guy. Whatever. The amount of smack, it's just unbelievable. He's a charlatan. It's like, really? Really? Okay. All right. Whatever. Seaweed Hero says, Anthony, do you know The Rock? Yes, I do. He's a great guy. Amazing guy. We got some celery juice right here. So you guys, it comes down to this. It's how do we empower ourselves and not just talk about empowerment? I'm so sick of talking about empowerment or hearing people talk about empowerment. Wow, how does that juicer work? To begin with, okay, what you won't find in here is metal gears. So you won't find metal gears in here, okay? So many juicers out there that cost way more than this juicer have metal gears. And those metal gears are rubbing against each other, metal on metal, okay? It's a cold press juicer, and you'll find, oh, there's other cold press juicers, but there's metal gears. And then years later, okay, they're just getting the metal gears. You don't see it. Little bit by little bit by little bit wears off those metal gears. Where does it go? It goes in your juice. That's just the way it works. And so that's just to start with, right? Another thing is it's got a pressure to it where it squeezes the juice out is what it does, you know? So that's another thing it does. It's really amazing like that. It really squeezes the juice out, which is incredible, you know? So That's a whole nother thing too. And pulp comes out dry. That shows it. It comes out dry. It doesn't come out wet and sloppy. It comes out nice and dry, nice and airy. Love it. Love it. Saves you money, the whole bit. All right, so we got lots to talk about. Just letting you guys know. So, just going to strain. You got to strain your celery juice. You have to. You know what I noticed when I was younger? The more people you get better, the more it pisses off the world. Did you know that? Did you guys know that? The more people you heal, the less respect you get. The less respect you get, the more people you heal. Medical Medium Information has healed millions around the world now. The #1 best-selling health books in the world, you guys. Published in almost every country in the world. And because people are healing. And there's no money behind that or the celery juice, meaning that there isn't this campaign with endless amounts of money being dumped to shove it in your face and advertise in your face, like apple cider vinegar. Do you guys know that hundreds of millions of dollars a year are spent to convince you to drink it and eat it, right? Celery juice is just word of mouth because someone healed. It's word of mouth, someone healed, and they told another person, oh my God, I'm getting better, I'm getting better. And it was just word of mouth, word of mouth, word of mouth. Medical Medium Information's all word of mouth. That's why someone says, hey, get his book. Hey, get his other book, hey, get his books, right? The whole bit. And it's just books have helped me. His books have helped me. And here's the other thing which is incredible, right? Medical Medium Information is all original and unique. No other health information out there has ever been original and unique. Medical Medium Information is original and unique, right? It's not recycled garbage going around all the time. So, and that's important to know too. It's just great stuff. So we got things to talk about. This is the MM900 HDS, $50 off. And celeryjuicers.com, check it out. They give you the free celery juice book. How great is that? 2 glass bottles. If you got a juicer and you already got one, just use what you have, okay? Because I'd rather have you on that device than a whole bunch of medical devices, okay? I'd rather have you on that device or this device instead of like blood clots and all kinds of problems and everything and on other devices and tons of drugs and all that, okay? And people always ask me constantly, what juicer? And then when the sale ends, everybody's like, what juicer? I'm like, dude, you're going to be buying the juicer now full price because you missed the sale. So it's that kind of thing. So I got to let everybody know when it's on sale and stuff. And you guys know I'm working with the Meg juicers. They're this product just can't be beat. So let's talk about addictions a little bit because that's important. I think addictions is actually a great thing to talk about. But use whatever juicer you want, right? So people are addicted to marijuana, they're addicted to pot, they're addicted to all kinds of things now, right? They're addicted to caffeine, alcohol, that's a big one right now, right? E-cigarettes, they're addicted to e-cigarettes. They can't break the addiction, right? They're addicted to food. How many people are like, I'm a foodie. They're addicted to food, all kinds of different stuff, right? That's not good for you. And so people just are addicted all the time because it's a hard world. So we lean on these vices, we lean on these addictions because it's such a hard world. So I don't shame anybody. I don't shame anybody at all. I don't when it comes down to these addictions, okay? How many friends have divorced their partner because they're just smoking too much pot and they're just on the couch smoking too much pot every day? How many friends have divorced their partners because of the alcohol addiction was destroying both of them, right? And so they had a divorce. Like how many friends like this have divorced because it's sad, because of painkillers, because of opioids, because of that alone, right? So those are those addictions, and then there's the caffeine addiction. And then there's chocolate addiction, which is a caffeine addiction, right? So there's so many people just stuck on something. And so how many vices are you on, How many vices are your family members on? How many vices are your friends on? Because those vices can add up. and they end up burning out here. Okay? Strain your celery juice. The reason why it's good to juice your celery juice fresh is because you don't want to buy the HPP, high pressure pasteurization, in the health food store. If you go into the health food store, the grocery store, and you see fresh celery juice, it better have been juiced just that day or the day before at best. If it hasn't, and there's a date on there that says good for 2 weeks, good for a week, good for 3 weeks, then what that means is that it's HPP, high pressure pasteurization. You don't want that at all. You don't want HPP celery juice. Okay? I keep getting kicked off and getting a fail to load error. Yeah, Kathy, I know. I'm censored on there big time. I've seen people with only like 5,000 followers have 1,000 people live, and they weren't talking about anything. So no, I'm censored. I used to, in 2017, I'd have 6,000 people live. That I got censored in late 2017 is what happened. Your audio either will get turned off or something like that. I was actually one of the first to be censored on social media, just so you know for the record. One of the first. Now everybody's talking about, hey, this person's censored for saying something. Hey, this person's censored. I was actually one of the first way early on, really early on. Because the celery juice, too, really pissed off a lot of people. And it made people so angry because how dare you get somebody better with herbal medicine. You're not allowed to get too many people better. I told you that. You're allowed to get one person better. Like doctors get like one person better a year in their practice. They could see thousands of patients and they get one person better a year. And then they hang their hat on that case. It's like, let me go hang my hat on that case. But you're not allowed to get thousands and thousands of people better, thousands and then hundreds of thousands and then going into millions. You're not allowed to do that. That's actually off limits. Big time off limits, because then you become a threat. Celery juice is one of the medical medium healing tools. There's a whole bunch of others. If anybody knows Info. Celery juice for Epstein-Barr, yeah. Have you read the medical medium books? Right? So what happens to our brain is we get burnt out, we get fried, we get brain fried. Everybody's lacking something in the brain. And when you see a brain supplement, good luck, because that's not going to have in it what your brain needs. You got to go beyond that. You got to go beyond something that's on a shelf somewhere saying, good for the brain, good for memory, good luck, right? Because that's not going to work, right? I no longer have night sweats, and I knocked off 20 unwanted pounds following medical medium. So my TOI, amazing. Good to see. I'm glad you're here. Incredible. Celery juice is bringing back into the brain what the brain needs, because we're utilizing and burning out our brains because we have no choice. And the world is getting crazier, so then we're burning out more of what our brain has or needs. We're burning more out. And so we're just using it all up. Neurotransmitter chemicals just start getting eaten up. Neurotransmitters start to get dehydrated. We're losing all of our trace minerals inside the brain. And then we're losing glucose reserves. Our brains start to shrink. Our brains are bathing in acid. I love when someone's like, oh, I'm drinking my kombucha tea. I'm drinking my kombucha tea, man, and I'm doing good for myself. Oh, that's funny, because you just turned your blood into an acid bath. So now your brain is bathing in acid. It's going to shrink even more. But kombucha tea is supposed to be good for me. I read all about this. You just read the millions and hundreds of millions of dollars that are going into training you, because you're being trained like a dog. And that's how it works. Is people don't realize it, but the money in advertising is training you like dogs. That's how it's done. And that's really what it is. It's like you could be a good dog and be like, oh, my kombucha tea is really good for me because I keep on reading about it. You could be a good dog and be trained. Oh, but it's good for me, You're being trained by money. By money. Money's training you and doing a good job, too. You'd be, I'm doing yoga, I'm drinking my kombucha tea. Yeah, you're being trained like a dog. Good dog, good dog. Make sure you believe that kombucha tea is good for you. My apple cider vinegar is good for me. Oh, make sure you believe that acetic acid is good for you. Meanwhile, it turns your blood into acid, your brain saturates in that acid, and then you lose everything that you should have in the brain. But yeah, if you're 20 years old and you're not sick yet, you may not know, and you're drinking your kombucha tea, and someone's like, hey, that person looks so healthy. Dude, that person's 20 years old and didn't get sick yet. That's why the person looks healthy. That person's skin looks so good. Dude, that person's 19 years old. and selling a skin product. Have you forgot the person's 19 years old and just hasn't been sick yet? But wait a minute, I want skin like that person. It's a young person selling a skin product. That's real smart. You know? You gotta be an old person that hasn't had plastic surgery to sell a skin product. Be an old person that's got really great skin that didn't get plastic surgery and Botox and filler, and have them sell you a skin product, and then be like, I'm getting that skin product. Whatever that person's selling, I'm getting that shit. Right now, I'm gonna get it. That's what you do. But you won't find that. You'll find a young person with filler instead. You'll find a 20-year-old with filler and Botox, and they have filler and their lips are blown up and everything else. And they're like, I'm selling the skin product and I'm young. I'm 20 years old. I better get that skin product. I better get it fast. Or if there is a 40-year-old that's selling a skin products like plastic surgery, filler, everything else, all kinds of eye lifts, boom, you got the eye lifts and everything, which is fine. Look, I'm not saying anything bad about that. If that's something that you do or whatever, I'm always supportive with anybody and how they feel they look, whatever. I'm always supportive. But you get tricked by the skin products, right? It's like, so people got the eye lifts, their eyes are all lifted like this, you know, and they got everything. I'm just being realistic. They got the eye lifts, and then they got all the teeth all done. They got their teeth all ground down. They had all the veneers put in, so their teeth are like perfect, like going across the line, and their eyes are all lifted, and they got the filler right here in the spot here, and they got the to make their nose look smaller, and then they got this, and they got filler here, and it's like they're selling a skin product on social media now. You know, it's like, okay, I'm gonna buy that skin product. Anyway, how did I go down that path? You guys, we're live on Telegram. We're live on IG. We're live on TikTok. If you get kicked off IG, go to Telegram. Go to Telegram. Problem is on TikToks, people aren't being notified there. So may as well go to Telegram. So, yeah, so the bottom line is, celery juice, though, it's healing from, I love that. Do you ever hear that? It's healing from the inside out. Our products heal you from the inside out. What is it? Shitty collagen. What else? Crap MSG. What is it? Natural flavors. What else? Caffeine. What else is in here? Crap, garbage. Oh, it's healing you from the inside out? Oh, okay. Our products heal you from the inside out. It's healing from the inside out. You know, every commercial that does health, it's like, healing from the... I love this stuff. It heals me from the inside out. Everybody's like, inside out. BS. BS. Do you want to do some healing from the inside out? Herbal medicine, right there, that's already proved its test in time. If there was ever one study on celery juice, because there's never a study on people drinking celery juice, okay? They're scared to death of that. They're scared to death of doing a study on celery juice. Because that just means... virtually, you know, that just means people on medications being cut in half, like the medication supply and demand, meaning being cut in half because people get better when they drink celery juice, right? How many people I know got off their medications after drinking celery juice and using medical medium tools and information, right? Meanwhile, people are closet drinking celery juice, of course. They don't want to talk about it. Now it's like even so many models are closet drinking celery juice. They don't want to do a plug for MM. There's so many people doing celery juice, like doing it because and then they sell their skin products. Like, yeah, okay. Let me call my agent. I'm a model. Yeah. Hello? Yeah. What's my next modeling gig? Oh wait, am I supposed to be promoting a skin care product too? With collagen and probiotics in it? Okay, but you know I've been drinking celery juice and that's really what's making my skin better? But don't mention that? Okay, well, I'll hide the celery juice that I drink every morning with my boyfriend. Yeah? I'll hide that, okay. What's my next modeling job? Okay, and I have to hold up the skincare product? Okay, and I will say that that's what's making me, like, better now? What does it have in there? Collagen and probiotic? Okay, like that ever got anybody better before? Because I've done that and it never did, but my celery juice did. I'm a supermodel. Yeah, okay, I can't wait for my next supermodel gig and I'm going to hide the celery juice Okay, and I'll just keep on doing the skincare product you want me to promote. Yeah. Or influencer. Let's be real, or influencer, because they're selling everything too. They're hiding their celery juice. Everybody keeps on telling me. I got friends that called me up and said, I was just watching a YouTube, and this girl on there was selling all her stuff, and I saw celery on the corner, and she didn't edit from the video, and I saw the celery juice on the corner, and she never mentioned she was doing celery juice every morning. But obviously her and her boyfriend do it every morning. And she didn't mention it, but she showed her skincare line. You guys, anyway, the MM900 HTS, it's a medical tool. So a medical device. That's what this is. That's what a medical device is. It's something that prevents medical, problems. It's something that helps prevent medical issues, right? That's what a medical device is, a medical tool is. I don't know why anybody's not saying, it's like, oh yeah, I'll order that medical device. It's a juicer. I'll order that medical tool. It's a juicer, right? Because if it's going to prevent you from being on medical devices in the hospital and at home, if it's going to prevent that, then that's something you want to do, or help prevent that, or help, especially if somebody's addicted to everything. If you're addicted to everything, just think you're going to have to level the playing field. You're going to have to level the playing field so you can slow down what the bad's doing from you. I can't get off my chocolate bars, so let me do the celery juice to try to kind of level the playing field, man. I can't get off my pot, but I better bring in the celery juice to level the playing field. I can't get off my alcohol on the weekends, so I better be drinking some celery juice to level the playing field. I can't stop my pizzas. I can't stop all my vegan pizza cheese, my vegan pizzas with the vegan cheese, all that garbage. Oh my God. I'm going to have to do some celery juice is what I'm going to have to do to level the field, right? So you got to at least level the field, man. Someone's always asking me, wait, what's the link to the juicer? OmegaJuicers.com, right? OmegaJuicers.com. It's the MM900 HDS. I saw somebody ask on TikTok. That's the juicer. It's $50 off. You get the celery juice book with it, right? So yeah, so many things to know though, right? So people are really, they're so addicted to so many things. Is if I can't stop you from your addiction, I can't do that. How am I gonna go and stop you, right, from whatever you're addicted to? Because that's hard to break, right? But at least you got tools. Like you got the celery juice, which can really help break addictions. Because the reason why is because celery juice has those complete electrolytes. It has the trace mineral sodium salts, right? Sodium cluster salts. It's got the electrolytes and complete electrolyte. No other herb has a complete electrolyte. No other food has a complete electrolyte. So that's important to know. No other food, no other herb has a complete electrolyte. So celery juice has a complete electrolyte. I'm going to say that over and over because it's a miracle. And so a complete electrolyte does something to your brain nothing else can do. It does something for your brain nothing else can do. That's what's incredible about it. It restores neurotransmitters. It strengthens electrical impulses. Your electricity in your brain, celery juice strengthens. How cool is that? Right? It restores neurons. It provides trace minerals into glial cells where a lot of your memories are stored. You're losing memory, got short-term memory problems, you got long-term memory problems, you forget what you did yesterday, you forget what you ate yesterday, did you forget what you ate yesterday afternoon? Did you forget what you ate yesterday morning? Did you like the whole bit? So celery juice helps to bring that memory back. So wow, you can roll it out. Yeah, I remember that. And all of a sudden you remember things that go all the way back. And that's another thing that I love about celery juice, not just talking about other things. if you do the heavy metal detox smoothie, you do the celery juice, those are just two powerful medical medium tools alone, you start getting your life back. Yep, you got to strain the celery juice. Just saw that. You got to strain it. That's important, okay? Keep that in mind. And then let's talk about what it does for adrenals. Celery juice helps to restore adrenals because everybody's adrenals are being overworked every single day. It's not just stress. It's more than that. It's the high fats that are wearing down the adrenals. It's other things that are wearing down adrenals. You want to keep those adrenals strong. So the celery juice is about rebuilding adrenals and bringing adrenals back. That's something to remember, a very important thing to keep in mind. So yeah, 16 to 32 ounces on an empty stomach if you're new, okay? 16 to 32 ounces if you're sensitive. You can start slower. You can 4 ounces, 8 ounces, 10 ounces, all right? And you guys know I love you. We had a lot of fun. I'm going to try to get on here again in a couple of days. So let's try to do that maybe Tuesday. And just so you guys know, okay, first of all, I believe every one of you, okay, has something inside of you, right, that wants to heal in every way possible and wants to take those steps. So, but be easy on yourself. Compassion for yourself if you're struggling in any way. Okay, and I've known this is that when you're chronically ill and you get sick, it tends to pare down things where we have to let go of things. We have to let go of vices and other things like that, and you just become more spiritually powerful. Just know the medical medium community is definitely the most spiritually powerful community there is, and keep that in mind and don't forget that. Spiritual growth is about living without, not excess, having your cake and eating it too all the time. That's not spiritual growth. Spiritual growth is so much of what you guys have been. You guys have been, in a place where you've had to just basically rise out of the ashes. You've had to climb out of the woods. You had to fight to heal. You've been through a lot. Many of you are seasoned. The medical medium community is the most seasoned community. You fought through your symptoms. You worked on healing, and you shine. You shine through it because symptoms bring us down to a place, that struggle, that when we come out of it and we're healing, we're spiritually more powerful than ever before. And don't forget that. So anyway, you guys, so medical medium community is the most spiritual community. I truly believe that. Chronic illness, nothing changes life more than that. And especially when you come out of that. And even when you're in it, for sure. For sure. Okay. Love you guys. Yeah. All right.